It's a big night of high school sports in our community. The News 8 Highlight Zone starts now.
Good evening, I'm Greg Wavernick.
And I'm Brian McClune.
Any football player who has ever gone to Central or Logan since, let's say, 1928.
That's a long time.
Has this game circled on their schedule.
It's the battle for the Arc of Victory. Logan and Central meet on the gridiron for the 92nd time, the longest rivalry in our area. First possession for Logan took almost 8 minutes. They converted 2 fourth downs. There's Tyler Harris' field goal, 3-0 Logan. You know, Central, they're going to be like, you know what, we're just going to score right away. Their second play, 72 yards to Stephen Cross, and he will cross the end zone. He'll add it 2. That'll be 8-3 Central later on. Johnny Davis up top to Jordan Davis. That's that twin power. 16-3 Central. That's your halftime score. Third quarter, Calvin Maven going to try to get Logan back into this game. He's going to keep it, and he will get to the end zone. That'll make it a 16-10 game. And then they're going to give it to Stephen Cross. He had that receiving touchdown. Now he's going to get a rushing touchdown. His second TD of the night, 22-10. Logan's last chance here. Maven will go to the end zone, and it will be picked off by David Hayden. The Battle of the Arc trophy will stay at Central, 22-10 the final.
I think our offensive line was blocking good. Johnny out there had good reads, and we just ran hard, played hard. It means everything. This is the biggest game of the year, and we're glad that we kept it home.
Two teams enter the week tied for first in the MVC at 2-0. One of them, Holman, who hosts Toma. First quarter, Holman's Andrew Fisher takes the pitch. 9 yards for the score. Vikings jump out in front, 7-0. Later, Holman's defense steps up. Dylan Westcott gets the tackle for a loss, which sets up a big third down. Timberwolves come up with an answer. Nathan Spears takes it in from 10 yards out. That ties things up early on, but then how about 53 unanswered points from that point on. Holman goes on to win 60-7. Onalaska also 2-0 entering the day, hosting Sparta for their homecoming game. First quarter, Sparta's Bryce Edwards breaks into the open field and takes it 44 yards for the score, and the Spartans take a 1-point lead. Second quarter, Onalaska answers. Austin Larson finds Landon Peterson's back shoulder. 7-yard TD, Hilltoppers up 5. Still in the second, more Spartans. Nick Church takes the handoff outside and goes untouched for 70 yards. It's 29-28. We're still in the second quarter. More first half touchdowns. This time, Anna's Larson to Jack Weber from 27 yards out. Anna back on top by 6. This one, that was the theme all game long. Back and forth. Onalaska wins 62-55.
Man, what was the over-under on that game? West Salem back on their home turf as they face Aquinas. Early in the second quarter, Joe Wolpat finds Caleb Young on the slat route for a Panthers score. A couple minutes later, Wolpat is again, he's going to air it out. This time he's going to find Trenton Foreman for the beautiful connection along the sideline. Ooh, perfect. West Salem would work it down to the 2-yard line, and that's where Brendan Holt will take over. He'll plow his way across the goal line to put the Panthers up 34-6, and that will be the final. Next week is Winona's always big contest versus Mankato West.
Tonight, though, a final tune-up before that matchup between those two teams that are ranked top 5 in the state. The 2-0 Winhawks playing their second straight game at home, facing New Prague. Winona up 40-0 with 3 seconds left in the half. Parker Johnson throws up a prayer to the end zone, and the prayer is answered. Jacob Douche with the touchdown to give New Prague momentum going into the half. However, the starting Winona defense solid for most of the night, led by Sam Nasick recording the sack here. New Prague ends up scoring 30 points late, but Winona wins 40-30. Tough test tonight for La Crescent Hoka, hosting number 2 in the state, Rochester Lourdes. In the first quarter, the Eagles are first to score a touchdown, and they go up on top with 7-0 after the extra point. Next up, Lancers have the ball, but it is intercepted by Matthew Hayford. Keeps it 7-0. Still in the first, Eagles. Zach Jungles pushes to the end zone for another TD. They end up getting the extra point. Makes it 17-0. And all Lourdes tonight, 45-0.
Rushford Peterson climbing to number 5 in this week's state rankings. They're hosting Fillmore Central. Opening drive for the Falcons. They go to Carson Kine up the middle. He finds the end zone to take an early 7-0 lead. Ensuing kickoff, Kobe Lynn takes the ball at the 15-yard line. He finds a hole in coverage and would go the distance, but hold on, there's a flag on the play. It would take the touchdown off the board. However, 10 plays later on 4th and 8, Landon Scallett connects with Peyton Morrison on the sideline. He lowers his shoulder into the end zone to tie the game at 7 apiece. Rushford Peterson will take this one 42-20. 9-man rivalry game, number 1 in the state, Spring Grove at Mabel Canton. Both teams off to a 2-0 start. Alex Foles kicks off the action by doing what he does. Alex Foles powering himself into the end zone for the Spring Grove touchdown. Now some second quarter action. Foles pitches it to Tyler Kirsten, who walks it in for yet another touchdown. To cap off a dominating half for Spring Grove, Foles throws a bomb to Noah Elton, who makes a fantastic grab for the touchdown. Spring Grove will win 54-12.
More Minnesota Stars Caledonia, 61-0 shutout winner. Houston 54-14 winner, and Cotter losing on the road to Hatefield. We've got an outstanding matchup to get to when we return as Cooley favorites GET and Westby meet up. The Highlight Zone will be right back.
Welcome back to the News 8 Highlight Zone.
Week 5 is the start to conference play for teams in the Cooley, and we get a matchup for the season right off the top. News 8's Jordan Fremstad joins us now live in the newsroom.
Yeah, Greg and Brian, GET and Westby finished 1-2 in the Cooley a season ago, and many believe these are the 2 top teams again in the conference in 2018. Westby hosting this huge showdown. Winner gets the inside track to this year's title. And if you were late to this one, well, shame on you. Hunter Ward, he's going to pick this one up at the 15-yard line, and in the words of Chris Berman, he could go all the way. 85 yards to be exact, and the Norsemen are on top 7-0, getting the students involved in this one early. Next drive for the Norsemen, Alex Gluck showing us all why he's one of the best quarterbacks in the Cooley, dropping this 34-yard dime into the hands of Dawson Marshall, 13-zip Westby. Then Ryan Danes would follow suit with a 1-yard touchdown. 3 touchdowns on the night for Danes. That would increase the lead to 19 with 7 minutes to go in the first half. Then GET would finally get their offense going from there. 35 yards. Garrett Eddy, he's going to score. That would cut the lead down to 11. But Westby was a freight train tonight. Devontae Spears, he fakes me out. I didn't know where he was going. And he fakes out the defense as well with the end around. The Norsemen dominant in all phases tonight. This is the 3rd time this season GET has been held to single digits on the scoreboard. Statement win for Westby. 43-8 is the final. Greg and Brian, back to you.
Thanks a lot, Jordan. 2 teams that have shown they'll be in the playoff chase. Viroqua hosting Arcadia. Defense, the name of this game. Scoreless in the 3rd. Arcadia's Tanner Clark goes to the air, but he's going to be intercepted by Andrew Wedwick. Viroqua takes over with pretty good field position. After driving down the field, Viroqua goes for a field goal, but the kick gets blocked. But wait, Casey Hammond picks the ball up and runs it into the end zone.
Look
Viroqua
at that heads-up
thinks they
play.
scored, but the refs rule no touchdown. And past the line of scrimmage, so no score. On to the next drive. Arcadia passing again, but once again another interception by Wedwick. He has a nice return after the catch. Blackhawks looking to finally break the seal, but on the drive that follows after this, Hammond then gets picked off. This one goes double overtime. It took that long before we got a score, and it's Arcadia who wins this one by a final of 6-3. Luther hosting Black River Falls, both teams going 1-3 in non-conference play. 3rd quarter, BRF's Elliott Bird will hit Jordan Zilmer for the 6-yard TD. Tigers enjoying a sizable advantage still in the 3rd. Luther's Christian Wilm keeping this one himself. He takes it 45 yards, gets Luther into the red zone, however unable to capitalize after the big play. Later, more BRF. They go back to the air. It's the Cooley's leading passer, Bird, finding Ethan Bible. They go up 34, and they go on to win by a final of 54-12.
Defending state champion Bangor making the trip to Hillsboro. Both teams undefeated in Scenic Bluffs play. First drive for Hillsboro. Scary situation. The handoff is fumbled, but the Tigers jump on it and retain possession. On Bangor's first drive, Hank Reeder takes the handoff, breaks to the outside to the right, and he is dragged down inside the 10. And that would set up this play. Carter Horseman from a few yards out. His first of 4 touchdowns. Bangor up 8-0. 46-6 will be your final in this one.
In the Dairyland tonight, Melrose Mindoro returns to conference action, hosting Whitehall. First quarter, Melman sets the tone on defense with this sack by Landon Lockington on 3rd down. Melrose Mindoro takes over, and it is going to be Ty Jens going off tackle to the outside for a short run as he finds the end zone. Later, Brett Gertis running through everybody to find the end zone, extends the Mustangs' lead to double digits. All Melman tonight, they win 49-0.
And our Ridge and Valley stop has DeSoto facing Kickapoo Lafarge over at Logan High School. End of the second quarter, Kickapoo Lafarge is up 26-20. The Predators' Reese Frankie intercepts the pass to the 29-yard line. It's 1st and 10 Predators. In the second half, DeSoto's Alex Scoville intercepts the pass and fights against the tackle. Score is still steady at 26-20. End of the third, and the Pirates score again. It's Jake Sikora with the running touchdown. DeSoto will take this one 40-20. Coming up, Brewers begin a 3-game series at home against the Pirates. Highlights when the Highlight Zone returns. Welcome back to the News 8 Highlight Zone. Time for our play of the night. Westby's Hunter Ward takes this opening kickoff 85 yards to the house. Look how quick he looks en route to his team's 43-8 victory over GET.
Season opener for UWL. Go out there and support the Eagles tomorrow.